What I like best about a rough terrain is the ability to maneuver easily. Typically, they're pretty easy to get to a job site. They're very easy for quick setups, and they can keep you working on your jobs efficiently. My name is Dustin Carmack. I've been with Maxim Crane Works for 4 years. I'm the regional operations manager for the Tampa branch, and I've been in the business for 10 years. So a rough terrain crane is a crane that can range anywhere from a 30-ton RT all the way out to 150-ton, 160-ton rough terrain. This crane is typically transported on a tractor lowboy to your job sites and unloaded from that lowboy and then set up for your job. They can be rented as a bare rental machine if you have the appropriate operator and insurance, and they also can be rented as an operated and maintained machine, which Maxim would then provide you an operator to cover your job. They can range anywhere from a weekly rental all the way out to a monthly rental or yearly rental for that matter, but typically billed by the month. Rough terrain cranes are best suited for job sites typically coming right out of the ground or very difficult terrainy job sites. So, in its name itself, rough terrain, it can handle going over large potholes, it can handle going over muddy terrains because they have very large tires typically. If you think of a monster truck tire, that's about the size of a rough terrain tire. It has the ability to also have a jib, which is an extension, and typically you use rough terrain on a longer term project because it's going to be delivered to your project, set up, and typically sitting there for a longer period of time. So when you call in and you're asking for a crane, we'll figure out if you need a rough terrain typically by asking you what type of terrains you're working on and how long your project's going to be and what you're picking. Once we find that out, if it's going to be a rough terrain, we are able to handle it from a small one to a large one, whether it's 30 tons or 160 tons. We're able to bring it in to cover your project. And then once we figure out if you're going to man it or if we're going to man it, that's going to decide how we set up a contract and how the insurance flows from there. Maxim has the ability to pull in any rough terrain crane you may need for your project. We have a large footprint across the United States, and if your project needs one rough terrain or if it needs 50 rough terrains, we have the ability to cover all of your crane needs because we can pull from all of our branches across the country and our broad fleet to make your project work.